Estimating mixed number products by rounding. What is the approximate area for a room 8 1/8 feet wide by 20 3/4 feet long? Estimate the product for 20 3/4 times 8 1/8. Round each factor to the nearest whole number. For 20 3/4, we're going to round up since the fraction part is greater than a half. So 20 3/4 rounds to 21. 8 1/8 rounds down. We round that to 8. Round again if necessary. 21 rounds to 20. Multiply the rounded numbers. 20 times 8 equals 160. The area of the room is about 160 square feet. Pause the video, solve the problems, unpause the video to see the answers. Estimate each product. Question number 1, 7 2/3 times 5 5/6. Let's take a look at 7 2/3. 2/3 is 2 out of 3. And if we take a look here, half would be right about here. So 2/3 is a little bit more than half, so that would round up to 1. So 7 2/3 rounds to 8. Now let's take a look at 5 5/6. Half would be right here, and clearly 5/6 is closer to 1 than to half. So 5 5/6 would round up to 6. 8 times 6 is 48. So our estimated product would be 48. Now to review, the numbers that you multiply by are called factors. And the answer to a multiplication problem is called the product. Question 2, 8 7/8 times 17 1/4. 8 7/8 looks like this, 7/8, and half would be here. So 7/8 is closer to 1, so this would be a 9. This would round to 9. And 17 1/4, 1/4 half would round to 17. Now 17 really isn't a compatible number, and because I'm estimating, I could probably round it to 20, because that would be better mental math. Again, when we're estimating, sometimes you have to make a decision, like what type of estimating do you want to do? And because of my answer key over here, it looks like they want us to estimate more with mental math. So I know that 2 times 9 equals 18, and then I add the 0. So it's 9 times 20 equals 180. So when you are doing problems, you have to look at the clues that the textbook gives you to see what type of estimation they want to give you. Like, do they want you to estimate to 17, or do they want you to estimate to the nearest compatible number? This is actually called front rounding because you're rounding to just one place and then the zeros at the end. All right, which will make more sense down here. All right, so this is 6 4/5. So that's what 4/5 looks like. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and half would be here. Okay, so this rounds to 7. And then here we have 27 3/5. Now, 3/5 is here, and this is half again. So this would round up to 28. But 28 and 7 really aren't compatible numbers, so I'm going to make this a 30. And in my head, I'm going to do 7 times 3 is 21, and then bring over the 0. So the answer is 210. Question number 4. 12 3/4 times 18 1/8. So we have 3/4 here, and half is right here. So this would round up to 13. And 18 1/8. Okay, that obviously is definitely less than half. So this would round to 18. Now these are not compatible numbers. So what would be compatible? Well, I can change the 13 to a 10 and the 18 to a 20. And that would equal 200. Next question. Question number 5. 29 9/10 times 9 1/5. All right, so this is 9/10. And obviously half would be here. And this is clearly over half. So this would round to 30. And 9 1/5, half would be here. So this would round to 9. And you could do this mentally. So I would just keep it a 9 and make this 27, because 9 times 3 is 27, and then I'd bring the 0 over. So it would be 270. Now, if you wanted to make the 9 a 10, you could, but it would be 300. This would be a little bit more exact. All right, problem number 6. 44 5/6 times 19 2/9. So 44 5/6, this would be half. So this would definitely round to 45. And 19 2/9, this would be half. So this would just stay 19. Now, I would round, because this is a little odd to multiply in your head. I would make this 45 times 20, so I could do it mentally. All right. I just want you to know, I know that 45 times 2 is 90. Okay, and then I bring the 0 over here. I know this because a right angle is 90 degrees. And I just know that that's 45 degrees. I don't know if you remember this from 4th grade, but 45 plus 45 equals 90. So that's one of the things that you kind of just keep in your head. All right, estimate the area. Area equals length times width equals area. So we're going to be multiplying. 52 1/6 feet by 21 1/4 feet. So we have 1/6, and this would be half. So that would be 52 feet, because I would round down, times 21 1/4 feet. This would be half. So that'd be 21 feet. So you have two options here. You could do 50 times 20. You could do 52 times 20. You could do 21 times 50. I guess this would be a good estimate right here. And remember, it's feet squared. I mean, you could do this one. This one's pretty easy. 0, 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 5 is 10. So that's not too bad mentally. Okay. This is 0, 5, and 10. So really, any of these answers are good estimates. All right, there you go.